Hello everyone, welcome to my Black Ops Cold War Realism walkthrough, and this is Mission 7, End of the Line. And this is entirely combat. There is no stealth in this entire mission. And this is all taking place in Cuba, which, if you remember, there was a Black Ops 1 mission, which was the very first mission, and it took place in Cuba. And that mission on Black Ops 1, on veteran difficulty, was pretty annoying. And I was assuming it was going to be the same case here, especially given that there's no stealth in this mission. But it turns out, this is really well designed. I really enjoyed this mission, and I had to replay this mission several times in order to get a grasp as to what I was supposed to do when it came to dealing with the encounters. And it paid off in the end. So, in the beginning, just kill off the first couple of enemies, take out the machine gunner, and then come over here and take out the other machine gunner, and then once they're dead, take out the stragglers, and then you need to grab this RPG over here. And we're going to be using the concussion grenades to stun a bunch of enemies, and then use the rocket launcher to finish them off. Bear in mind, the concussion grenades are very broken in this mission. For some reason, they just don't stun sometimes, and that's why I threw two just then, because it ensures that they're going to be stunned, and using my rockets, I'm able to kill off a vast majority of the enemies. And what you need to do now is you need to push forward. I take out the sniper first, then I actually push forward. And I'm just going to use my sniper rifle to clear out the stragglers. And I'm also going to use my grenades. This is one of the few times where the frag grenades can actually be helpful, because frag grenades will allow me to clear out a vast majority of the enemies. And I'm just going to throw my frag grenades over the gate so that I can clear out the enemies that are just standing by the front door. And of course, watch out for any enemy grenades. And look at that just then. My teammate got in the way, and if that grenade was any closer to me, I was dead. That's the kind of crap that you normally encounter when it comes to a typical Call of Duty campaign. And the good news is, I haven't encountered it as much. That's really the only moment in this entire walkthrough where I really felt like I was going to get screwed by my AI partner. And speaking of the AI on this mission is really good. They can clear out a vast majority of the enemies when they're pushing forward, and this allows you to prioritize a certain number of enemies, and then they can clear out the rest, which is really good design. And the enemies are dead now, and I recommend swapping out your RPG for an AK-47. The AK-47 is going to help out a lot, because we're going to be using the human shield mechanic a lot. And in order to do the human shield mechanic, you need to have a weapon that is compatible with the human shield mechanic, and that's what the AK-47 is for. If you have any other weapon that is not compatible with the human shield mechanic, you'll never be able to do it, and instead, you'll just do the normal takedown animation, which is not what you want. But that guy will always go for the table, so grab him as a human shield and then take out these two enemies. And we're being introduced to proximity mines, so you need to shoot them. They're always in the same spots, and they stand out very well. I did get killed several times by the proximity mines in my earlier playthroughs, but at least I've remembered where they were. And then there's two enemies here. That guy will always be there, and then that guy will always be on the right. There's an RPG guy, so take him out. And then this is another situation where the frag grenades are going to really come in handy. So cook a grenade, and then throw it at these enemies that are coming down the stairs right now. Do it again. There is a chance that they will not come down that staircase, so the pathing on the enemies the second time you've used the grenade is a little random. And that right there, that was very dangerous. If that grenade hit me through the geometry, I was done for. And that is a thing, actually. I had a really stupid moment where I got hit by a grenade through the geometry, and it's nothing new. It's been in every single Call of Duty game at this point. They'll never fix these kind of issues with the grenades. And I remember what grenades were like in the very first Call of Duty game. The grenades had so much range in the first Call of Duty game, and that was a problem because there was no health regeneration in the first Call of Duty game. And then in World at War's grenades were horrible on veteran difficulty because that game was just so poorly designed. And people still laud it as having one of the best campaigns ever, but I disagree with that severely. But kill that guy, grab this guy as a human shield, and then take out these guys. I do get in a spot of bother here because when I try to push into the room, the enemies are setting up in positions where they can easily hit me, so getting human shield is not a viable option. And instead, what I do is I go prone and I shoot these enemies, and they're having a very hard time trying to hit me. So this might be a valid strategy in case you don't have a human shield available. But these guys are dead, and now we're just gonna push forward here. There's an opportunity to get a challenge done if you kill this guy before he kills one of the scientists. Come over here, grab this guy as a human shield. There are times when he doesn't try to set up in this cover position, so you'll have to try to get another human shield if you can. And now we're just going to terminate the enemies. I'm going to get inside this building because there's a sniper to my left. Do not kill this guy, use him as a human shield. And there's going to be a machine gun that we need to take out in a little bit. And once again, always make sure that you are killing when you have to. If you need to get a human shield, terminate your guy, and then just try to grab another one. But just look at the flow of gameplay here with this mission. It's so good. And compare this mission to that very first mission of Black Ops 1 where you're in Cuba and you're playing on veteran difficulty. It's such a difference. Like, there is such a stark contrast in quality when it comes to the way the gameplay flows. And with promoting aggression, like, this campaign promotes so much aggression compared to the other campaigns. It's beautiful. And it allows these missions to not drag on for such a long time. And I was worried the first time I did this mission that it was going to be like the typical Call of Duty, but it wasn't. It was a lot of fun. And I know that puts a lot of people off when they're not specifically killing anything in the game, or they're just going through missions so fast, but you need to not have that feeling take you over. Like, I would much rather feel like I want more than actually feeling like I want less. That just feels like a more positive form of thinking, when you're so excited with what's happening in a game that you just cannot wait to see what is coming, or you cannot wait to be excited for the next piece of content that will be released for the game. Like, those are all the right reasons to really want more from a section, or from a mission, or from a game. Like, any other reason just doesn't work. And that's why I just cannot understand why Seraphim17 hates this campaign. And it's all because he just maintains a very outdated mentality when it comes to Call of Duty. And he demands way too much from a game, because it's almost like he's had so much of a taste for the older Call of Duty mentality that he just cannot accept the newer Call of Duty mentality. And that is just something I will never understand. And right now we are doing this encounter right here, which once again I thought it was going to be the typical Call of Duty formula of just being complete RNG and bullcrap, because any kind of sequence where you're forced to defend yourself and you're just in a very tiny area and you're unable to go to any other part of a building, like, that just screams Call of Duty. But this is not Call of Duty. This is really well designed. So when you first start this encounter, the enemies are all going to be on this side of the area. So I'm just going to use my sniper rifle to clear them out. And when they start to retreat, it means the next spawn is about to happen. Now, right here, the enemies are going to pop smoke, and they're going to come from that side. They're going to try to flank you on the left. And I'm going to use my sniper rifle to stop a vast majority of them. You do have the opportunity to use an RPG and a grenade launcher, but I don't recommend it, because for some reason the missiles in the RPG can actually sway. So they can actually go off target even though you're perfectly aiming at them, which is stupid. And then the grenade launcher doesn't really have a lot of range. Or it's just, it's very hard for me to aim with the grenade launcher, which is why I chose to use the sniper rifle here. And the health stims that I picked up in that earlier room are going to really help out here in case you need it. So this is definitely a tactical you need for this situation. And the sniper rifle is helping out here. The enemies are really trying to push on the left-hand side. So yeah, it starts off on the right, then it goes to the left. And then I believe there's a moment, well yeah, right here, where when Lazar says he's getting low on ammo, two rocket launcher guys are going to appear on either side. So take them out. And then the enemies are going to try to primarily flank on the left. And I think what I should have done is remain prone and only shoot the enemies that are going to be setting up in that spot right there. Because the pilot that's in the AC-130 will be able to appear very quickly. And when you're in the AC-130, you are completely invulnerable. And I was not expecting this, so this is something that Infinity Ward would do. I mean, remember those moments from the Modern Warfare games where you were piloting the AC-130 and just getting rid of a bunch of enemies? I'm honestly surprised Treyarch did it here. And the weird thing about the AC-130 in this section is it has limited ammo, so you have to make sure you're swapping between each of the weapons. But once you've done that AC-130 sequence, you're going to be able to hook onto the plane, and you have the option to secure either Park or Lazar. I choose to secure Park in this video, and then that will conclude the mission. And then there's also a blooper I will show where I get hit by a grenade through the geometry during the sequence. But this is the end of this mission. Stay tuned for the future missions. Thank you all for watching, and you take care now.